This is the plaintiff, Shoshana Pussy. She says the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, borrowed money from her and now won't pay it back. The guy's nothing more than a user who got what he wanted, and then that was that. But she's not the type to just stand by and be a patsy, so she's suing him for the $900 she's owed. This is the defendant, Caden Daniels. He says he never asked the plaintiff for any money. She gave it to him, because that's what people do when they're dating. Besides, things just couldn't work out between them because she was still married while they were together, and she decided to go back to her husband. Bottom line, the money was a gift. He's accused of using a woman for personal gain.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff claims her ex-boyfriend used her, borrowed money from her, and stiffed her. But the defendant says she was married when she lavished the money on him. No strings attached. It's the case of married with boyfriend.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Shoshana Pussy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are suing Caden Daniels for $900 that you say he owes you from a loan that you made to him when you were dating and he refuses to repay. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I met Mr. Daniels through a mutual friend about in 2003, 2004. Our friendship was like on and off, and then we started dating in 2010. It didn't last for very long.
Were you long distance dating?
Yes, ma'am.
You lived where?
In Atlanta.
And he lived?
In New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's hard to date. That's geographically. People from what borough do you live in? Right. It's hard enough to get from Queens to Manhattan, but Atlanta, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I would occasionally, visit him.
I take it wasn't exclusive, or it was exclusive?
It was.
Okay, so you were dating exclusively for how long?
A couple months.
Couple months. And
because I really don't know when the relationship ended, because it wasn't a...
It fizzled. It didn't end.
Basically.
All right. And how were you dating exclusively?
Basically, but all right.
Unless you didn't wanna. What does that mean? Like, was she your girlfriend, your only girlfriend, or wasn't that serious?
All right. When I started going out with her, I just came out of a relationship.
Okay.
Right. But she just came around out of nowhere. I went on my MySpace one day, and I saw her send me her number. So I called her. And when I called her, that's how we started talking again.
But I understand, but were you dating her exclusively at some point after that, or no, never?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Not that convincing.
It's because
it took you 5 minutes to say yes.
Because
right?
I was.
All right. In any event, so you're dating, and then what happens?
Okay. December of 2010, I went to New York. Well, I came to New York to visit. And then we were going back and forth about getting an account because he's a DJ and he didn't have an account. So I was like, okay, his green card expired. So of course, in order to open an account, you have to have a valid form of ID. So I was like, well, I'll add a checking account under my name, which I did. Occasionally he would ask, can I get $10? Can I get $20?
Well, I'm not understanding. What, you opened up a checking account for him under your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because when I would give him money, instead of me going to Western Union to pay.
Why do you have to give him money? That's the part you assume and I question. Why do you have to give him money? Why can't he support himself? I don't get it. What's going on? Why is that part of, you got to pay to play? What's your deal?
Guess that's just how I am. That's just the type of person, whether it's a boyfriend or a friend.
Do you have children?
No, ma'am. It's just, I'm just that type of a person. My mom always gets on me like, your friends use you. The only time they know you are when they want stuff. But I don't know why it's hard for me to say no.
But try it. Try it. Just say no.
Yeah.
So she stupidly opens a checking account in her name for him. Was this a loan or a gift?
It was a gift.
You say why?
Well, she was that stupid. That's what happened.
So that's what happens when you're stupid? Sir?
Yes, I think she was stupid to do that.
Was she
trying to buying love?
Was she buying his love?
Yes, she was.
Stupid to buy somebody's love?
Very stupid.
Can you ever buy somebody's love?
No, you cannot.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
So now, tell me about the account your girlfriend opens in your name to make it, because God forbid that you drive or make your way to Western Union for the money that she's bestowing upon you. We got to make it totally convenient to take the money. Talk to me about that.
I wasn't working, all right? my green card expired. I wasn't working. I was just doing my music, right?
What's your music?
I'm a reggae artist, you know.
What does that mean when you're doing your music? Aren't you getting paid to do your music?
No, this is it. I'm constantly recording. I'm constantly in the studio recording, trying to progress in my music more.
Okay.
All right. She opened an account because she normally, as she said, she would give. I wasn't working nothing. She's the type of girl, honestly, she really likes to give stuff. She would call me and she would be like, I'm at the store, I see something and I know that you would like it and I'm gonna get it for you. So she opened an account, then she all right, before she gave, when she gave me the card, she was just putting like $20 in the account. You get me? To just get something, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I got locked up, right? She wasn't here.
What'd you get locked up for?
Some weed, you know, selling weed. But
so funny. Okay, some weed. How much is some weed?
It's like a pound or something. Like, I don't know.
And what happened to you?
I got locked up. I had my bail, right? I had to pay $1,000, right? I gave my ex-girl, when I just met her, the relationship that I came out of, right? My ex-girl now, me and her family, we cool and everything. They're the one that got me out, right?
Okay.
Okay, then I came back now. She was looking for me everywhere.
Is that charge pending right now? Do you still have to go to court on that charge?
No.
It got resolved?
Yeah.
So your ex-girlfriend's family gets you out, and then what?
And so then I called her, and I have to explain to her now what happened. So I explained to her what happened, and her response was like, "Well, I don't want your ex-girl to be and her family to be doing stuff for you like that, because her, like, if you know her, she's the type, like, she would tell me she loves me, and if I don't tell her I love her, she would be mad." You get what I'm saying?
Well, most girls are the type.
No, but this is it. I don't think you should let me grow into you. The wrong thing I did was not tell her like, yo, I'm not ready for this to be that serious. You get? But when I was with her and she started getting clingy and I was like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, damn, I can't tell you I love you unless I do. She just like get mad. Oh, just start flipping. So I'm like, all right, then.
Then what? Then I love you?
No.
Okay.
No, everything I just felt like, yo, this is not gonna work. Where she was married and all of that. She was
Wait, she was married during all this?
She was married. She said
you were married during all this?
She was gonna
I had a divorce.
She would say the same thing.
All right, so how did the 900 come up then? Because she didn't want your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, she didn't want them to pay it. So she was like, she's going to give it to me to give it back to them.
Did you?
Yes. And this is it. She gave me, when she was telling me she was going to give me, I was telling her she don't have to do it.
Okay.
But as I said,
But was it your understanding that $900 was a gift, or that $900 was something you were going to pay back?
It wasn't a gift. My thing was that, you see, if I get some money, I would probably give you half of the money. That's what it was.
Okay, I don't understand. Are you supposed to pay it all? Are you supposed to pay half? Are you supposed to pay zero?
No, I'm trying to show you. There was no agreement, nothing. We was just talking. And I said to her, I would give you, like, if I get some half of the money, I'll give it back to you just to take the pressure off of you. You get what I'm saying?
But it was a gift?
Yes, it was.
If you chose not to do anything about it, you didn't have to do anything.
It was nothing. You get me?
Because she never said to you that you had to do anything.
It's like after that, it's like months after now she gave me the $900. We still together. That's to show you I never left her because I wanted no $900. I left her because while we was together, she became clingy.
Why don't you just be honest and tell her, look, this isn't going to work out? According to her, you never even broke up with her.
No, that's why I said this. That's the mistake that I made. Not telling her that I don't want to, because she gets hurt real easy. And honestly, her last boyfriend, when she got hurt, she ended up in the hospital. She got sick and all of that. When I left, then she would call my mother house, my sister, and them calling me, you need to call Zay. Zay's looking for you. I'm like, yo, honestly, I don't want to talk to her. I don't know how to tell her I don't want to be with her. But she knows that,
you're a grown man. Figure it out. Figure out how to tell somebody you don't want to be with them.
I told a lot of girls.
Particularly if you figured out how to have a girl put a bank account in your name and funnel you money, then you were a big enough boy to take the consequence. Stop talking. To just say to somebody, hey, it isn't going to work out. It's just ridiculous. It's just that it's easier for you to just ignore her. And that's really cruel. You're right. That was your mistake. That's a huge mistake, because people shouldn't treat each other that way. Now you. I have no idea why you behave the way you behave. You are a perfectly lovely young lady, appearance-wise. I have no idea what has happened in your brain to mess things up there enough to think that your self-worth is completely dependent upon other people. Why won't you work on you? Use that same money that you seem to be bestowing on friends and boyfriends for therapy to figure out how it is that you can make yourself whole so that you don't think you need other people's approval, and that not only do you need their approval, but you got to buy it, because it's really quite sad. I believe him when he says there were zero strings attached to the money. If you wanted it to be a loan, then you should have differentiated it from all the other money you funnel his way. And and don't expect to get paid back. Because when I have a situation where someone has actually set up an account to be able to rain money on somebody, you have a very hard time telling me that you don't just want it back now because he's ignoring you. Very hard time. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
I have something to say, Judge.
I'm sure you do. Tell the therapist.
Well, as the plaintiff coming out on the losing end here, what did you want to say to the judge at the end of the case right there?
Well, actually, I borrowed the money from my aunt to loan the defendant, and I didn't get that part across. But
well, what's the difference? You still gave money to the. Are you going to seek therapy like the judge recommended?
No, because I don't believe I need therapy.
No. Well, what did he have that you found so irresistible that you had to give him money?
I don't know.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. So come on in here. Why didn't you just tell her that you couldn't have a relationship with her like she wanted?
I mean,
come on, speak up. Why didn't you?
No, that's the truth. But you see, it was my option to either tell her right there and leave her hurt, or just let her just get over it.
Or take the money.
No, I didn't. No.
You know how it looks, right? To people looking.
No, it doesn't matter how people look at it. You see, once I know the truth, it nothing matter to me.
Well, the judge believed you that there were no strings attached.
Yeah, because, she a good girl, honestly. But I can't be with a girl that's clingy and attached.
Harvey?
So here's what you got to know. Your conduct in a relationship largely determines whether something is a loan or a gift. In this case, she was so stupid, clearly a gift. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.